welcome back to round 2, episode number 2 here at the Kevin Mandeville Show, hosted by yours truly. We are coming at you live and direct here outside of Boston, Massachusetts. I got my gear, got my Red Sox cap, got my email tees, Email Geek Patriots logo here, just representing Titletown. You know what it is. So before we get into it, just real quick reminder, this show streaming to you live every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, and you can get the show delivered to your inbox, kevinmandeville.com/newsletter, so that you never miss one again. And give a like and subscribe on the video as well. You can get some YouTube notifications, so you get every angle coming at you. All right, let's get into the topics for today. We are kicking off with some news here, and it ain't no lie. Inbox by Gmail is going bye, 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 like an NSYNC song. Inbox is officially shutting down in March of 2019. So just after 4 short years, this app will be riding off into the sunset come next spring. And this is a move that really surprised me, to be honest with you. I did not see this one coming at all. Inbox by Gmail had actually built up to what I think was a really good early adopter user base. Obviously, it hasn't been making any impact on market share as we've been tracking on emailclientmarketshare.com, thanks to Litmus, but I think it's one that, obviously, given the scale of Gmail, they've had a lot of early adopters on there, and they really created the perfect testing playground to experiment with new features. And that's what you saw Inbox by Gmail do, right? They came out with a lot of features that regular Gmail did not have. The snoozing, the bundling, the reminders, the highlights, all of those different things. Inbox by Gmail had it first. And in April of this past year, Gmail released their update to where they really integrated a lot of those features, and even some that they didn't have, they said that they plan on doing so soon. But I'm just surprised that they're going to abandon this email app that is really, it made some noise, it did some things differently, and they really created just a great place to test new features. So I'm curious what this means. What is the thinking behind this for Gmail? What's the strategy? Does this mean that they are no longer going to, or at least in the near term, no longer going to experiment with radical new features? Was this a specific set of features that they wanted to test to see if it would work, and it was validated for them, and they've integrated it into Gmail and they're done? I wonder, is this a cue to say that there isn't going to be anything new feature-wise for end users anyways on the Gmail end coming soon? But we also know that they're working on AMP in Gmail as well. So are they just abandoning the side project aspect of it and just going to do all testing now in Gmail directly, which would be interesting? Are they going to be doing more updates and then testing with certain segments of the user base? This is what goes through my mind when I see a move like this, because it's a pretty big move, and it definitely feels like maybe the writing was on the wall when they integrated those features into Gmail, but it seemed like they had the perfect testing ground for early adopters, and I'm just surprised that they're abandoning it. But at the end of the day, I'm super happy that there's one less client to worry about, even though it had the same rendering as Gmail. Email client consolidation, that's what we need in this space. We got too many damn email clients to worry about. So I think everybody will be happy on the design and development end that there's one less to worry about. Let me know if you use the app, though, if you're sad to see it go, or what you would want to see from regular Gmail, what they would have to do to improve that to make you happier as an inbox user. But I think all of us on the design and development side, we are A-okay with this decision. Speaking of Gmail, they also had another quick little update to the iOS app. They now let users view all of their accounts in a single inbox. This was previously available on Android, but it wasn't on iOS. So essentially what this allows users to do is they no longer have to manually switch between email accounts when they're viewing in the Gmail app. They can now choose to have all their different email addresses and accounts that they're logged into to view one feed, one stream of all their emails, instead of having to manually switch back and forth between each of them. As somebody who has a million different emails, this is something that I really like. It improves the user experience. So I don't expect that this is really going to change much for users, but I think it's a nice user experience enhancement. And again, we probably won't see it in the stats, the analytics, the metrics, but this could lead to increased engagement for users. If it's easier to access emails and their emails aren't getting past them or hidden or buried from ignoring it really from all the switching that they'd have to do, hopefully the idea is that this would help improve with open rates, maybe from looking at it from a marketing perspective. But again, I don't expect too much to change, but just a nice little user experience enhancement. Important to note that iOS and Android are now the same for that unified account view. Great new tool was launched by Mailjet, Email Planner. So emailplanner.io. Mailjet is an ESP. They are well known for creating MJML, the front end framework for email there. And they released this tool as a calendar-centric approach to organizing your campaigns. And so it's really just that. It's an app that has a calendar, and it allows you to come in, plan your campaigns with all the important dates. You can add them on the calendar. You can invite team members, and you can assign tasks. So you can use it as a project management tool there. And they have all different kinds of holidays already preloaded in. So all of these crazy days like World Hello Day, National Sandwich Day. Obviously they have the regular holidays of, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, all of those, but they also have all those really cool ones, those national days in there. And then you can customize and customize the campaign calendar with all of your events, all of your marketing moments, and assigning and creating various tasks. So I think this is interesting. You don't see ESPs taking a very visual calendar-centric approach to managing email. Certainly you get this in project management software, but I think this is just an interesting spin and take. And by the way, this tool is free forever. So kudos to you, Mailjet, for doing something awesome for the community. It's a great little tool, and I'm curious to see how others would go about using this. I know that I'm going to be using this just as my own, one person sending out my newsletter type of thing. I'm definitely going to use it. So check it out. Let me know what you think, and definitely, let @Mailjet know what you think as well. So thanks to them. Speaking of calendars, though, one thing to mark on your calendar is next Thursday, December 6th, Email Tees, which is my new side project of official apparel for email geeks, is coming out with the Jolly collection, which is going to be the holiday inspired design. So follow Email Tees on Twitter and Instagram @Email Tees, and you can visit the website emailtees.com. That's TEES, emailtees.com, and subscribe to the Email Tees newsletter as well. I've got some cool email campaigns, some cool little hacks. So maybe you come for the t-shirt designs, but you can stay for the email hacks for the newsletter. Having some fun with some holiday inspired themes and designs and campaigns. So definitely check that out. I'm having a ton of fun with it. People are really liking it. This is the most popular one to date so far. This is just sort of the logo, just the little paper airplane. Call this the emblem right here. This is what all the cool kids are getting. So you can get this at emailtees.com, and it comes in various colors. So again, mark next Thursday, December 6th down, and subscribe to the Email Tees newsletter. We got more and more collections coming, more great official apparel for email geeks. First of its kind. I'm having a ton of fun with it. I hope you will too. All right, getting back into it. Movable Ink, well known for its dynamic images and just doing real-time content or updating content through the use of images as their service. They announced a new Accelerate program. And so what they're hoping to do is they're going to be looking for customers of theirs who want to do something a little bit more innovative, a little bit more forward-thinking, future forward-thinking. They want to help them with their marketing and bring some of these ideas to market quicker. And so I think they're looking for bigger projects. The article, it wasn't completely clear, but I think they're looking for people who have trouble with either resources, that they don't have enough resources at their disposal, or they don't have the right technology and they have these great ideas. They want to work with them who it may take over a year, and they want to work with these customers for 6 months to make sure that these ideas happen. So it's just a sort of a little email incubator program for customers of theirs. So I wanted to point this out because if you are a customer of Movable Ink and this sounds ideal for you, it might be something that you want to check out. I hope that Movable Ink logs the progress of this and really creates a lot of content around it so that we can sort of watch and look in. This is a very interesting series. I'd be very curious to see what ideas come out of it, what they could possibly mean, especially if it's even past just the dynamic images aspect of it. It could be a fun series to see what comes about it. So just check it out. Movable Ink's Accelerate Program if you're a customer or if that's maybe of interest to you. Mailchimp's been in the news a lot recently. Most recently, they came out with a new feature. They've teamed up with Square to launch shoppable landing pages. So these are essentially just one-off landing pages to where you can now have a single product that you sell. So right now it's only one product per landing page, but that's sort of a start for simple landing pages. Mailchimp offers a bunch of pre-designed templates for this. So you can just upload your product through Square, customize it through Mailchimp with the integration, and you're good to go. You don't need to have any of that extra development work. Square is going to charge its flat processing fee, but this is a free feature for Mailchimp users. So there's no shopping cart functionality yet because it's just that one product per page. But you can obviously see that it could be something that they can expand over time. Mailchimp had stated that 50% of its revenue now comes from e-commerce, and its customers sold over $22 billion worth of products just in the first half of 2018 alone, which is bananas. See what I did there? And so I think this is interesting. Obviously, Mailchimp is trying to expand beyond just email marketing. So this obviously proves that, and they obviously have such huge focus on e-commerce now. That's where their business is, right? That's where their customer base is. So I think this makes sense for them, and I think it's a sign of more integrations like this to come. Looking at it from the email lens, I actually think it could be really interesting if Mailchimp were to be one of the first ones to do some interactive email functionality support inside an ESP for sort of templates and integrations with companies like Square. We haven't seen this at all. Rebel was acquired by Salesforce not too long ago, so I'm not exactly sure what is going to happen there, and how that all shakes out. But that was sort of an ESP agnostic service before, and now it's going to be, obviously owned and operated by Salesforce. That'll change some things. So I'm just curious to see, especially because Mailchimp doesn't support interactive email at all right now. Could it be something that they support down the line? Is this an indication of that? I'm going to keep my eyes on that. I'm very curious about that because obviously Mailchimp has a need with their customer base for their e-commerce and facilitating those transactions. And honestly, it's not, if they would update their parser to support the interactive email elements, it wouldn't be so bad. It's really, I think, the integrations with those third-party providers like Square and whatnot. That's where the bulk of the development work is. So I'd be very curious to see if Mailchimp ever goes down that road. They haven't at all to this point, but seeing something like this makes me think about it. And then just something fun to end the show on today. Staying on Mailchimp. They had a big redesign recently, and I'm not going to spend much time on this. At the end of the day, it's a redesign. Who cares? Especially as somebody who likes design and has done a bunch of design work in my roles in the past. Listen, we all just have change aversion as users. We'll get over it at some point. It's just design. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, Mailchimp, they had this redesign. And that always just makes noise because Mailchimp is so big and massive, and people have a very strong emotional connection to the Mailchimp brand, which I think is really cool. And so you can see that they kind of just went with flat color now for Freddy with the icon. So they got rid of sort of the 3D effects on him and the coloring so that Freddy can now just be black or white for the most part. And then they changed their script. Their new script, it feels very chimpy to me. It feels, very banana-y, which I think that's cool that they captured that vibe. But yeah, I miss the old cursive type just like it. But the thing I wanted to point out about this is, think what you want about the actual design. Mailchimp changed its name. It went from Mailchimp with a capital C in the chimp to just Mailchimp lowercase c in the chimp. Nobody mentioned that on Twitter or freaked out. My mind was blown when that happened. You know how hard I had to train my mind to capitalize a C all these years? Or C like this way, because you're looking at me. C like that? I had to train my mind, and now they go and swish it. I got to relearn how to spell Mailchimp all the time. Or maybe it should just be Mailchimp from now on. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the Mailchimp redesign. So that was episode 2 in the books. Thank you so much for watching. Reminder, we're going live every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Subscribe at kevinmandeville.com/newsletter so you never miss an episode of the show. And you'll also get all my other email email goodies through my newsletter. And check out Email Tees, emailtees.com. You can get some good official apparel for email geeks. All right, have a good weekend, y'all. We'll see you next week. Cue the music.